Yes, madam.
You've done a great job of documenting governmental abuses in your speech. If you were allowed to create a government of your making, what would you say that the government owes to the people to promote the general welfare, as it were?
A most penetrating question from a lady of quality, and that is that were I to have something to do with the formation of a new plan of government, what would I believe to be the responsibility of government with regard to promoting the general good or the general welfare of the people? I am one, madam, along with all of my associates, frankly, who believes that the direct aim of government is liberty, that there are only three functions which government is responsible for, and those are to keep the peace, to protect property, and to secure rights. There an end. Anything more than that is extraneous. We here in Virginia are able to accomplish these fundamental purposes of government in 6 to 8 weeks. Never longer than 2 months a year will our legislature meet. For that reason, our legislators do not receive salaries for their services to their countrymen. And woe be to that most unhappy society in future which would ever pay salaries unto its politicians. For corruption and immorality is certain to follow. History shows us that power corrupts, that absolute power corrupts absolutely. And that's why, when I do have a hand in establishing that new system of government, before we even write our Constitution, we're going to write our Virginia Declaration of Rights, which I believe to be the most important document ever conceived in the history of mankind, with the exception, of course, of the Holy Bible. These are 16 articles that assure that certain individual liberties, I say individual liberties, not collective liberties, are to be forever protected by the government. We also make it very clear in Article number 3 that the purpose of government is to provide for the general happiness and safety of the people. But if at any time the people believe that their interests are not being best served by those men in government, it is not only their right, it is their duty to alter, reform, or to abolish it. We understand in this enlightened year of 1774 that this is going to be a bold experiment, never before attempted, at least successfully, in the history of mankind. There's only one way that it can work, and that is that the people are always aware, informed, and active, and ever keeping a close eye on those men in government. Because to have a government become oppressive and tyrannical in our new system of government can only happen if the people permit it. And if the people give their consent to it, then they richly deserve whatever government they get. Does that satisfy your question, madam?
Yes, it does.
Madam, I pray you.